just want to do a follow-up from my previous video where I posted the SPY chart. If you haven't seen the previous video, guys, I will link it at the top of the page. Go back and take a look at that first. It just shows what I was anticipating going into this week on SPY. So I won't go over it too much here. Like I said, I wasn't trying to predict the market, which I mentioned in the last video. It was just, if SPY do this, I will look for that. If SPY does this, I will look for that. So one of those conditions was, if we didn't break this trend line and we break the low of last week, I was looking for some downside on SPY. So this is a weekly. Go back and watch the video if I haven't seen it. I said in the video that I was looking for downside if we failed to break that trend line. So this was the weekly on SPY. So if we go down to the daily, this is what happened on SPY. So we gapped down on the daily. We opened up just above this next target area on SPY. So how we made money in the market. So let me just briefly show you what I send out on a Sunday. So these are the plays on a Sunday I send out to the members. This is all the plays put in a database. You can see most of it the targets, but most did gap down pre-market from our initial entry point of the trigger. So the way we do these then is we play them from levels to levels. It's that simple. Each target area we play from levels to levels. So you can see on SPY that we opened up above this 416.72 area. So the next area I was looking at for an entry after this gap down would have been the 416.72. So as soon as we broke that today, I took puts. It's all documented on my Twitter feed. If you want to check that out, guys, it shows where I entered. I was in the 416 puts and I had a average price, I think, is around the 124 area, but it's on my Twitter feed if you want to check it out. So these puts now, they are currently sitting over 100% profit on the premium. At this very moment, the time of recording, SPY is at 413.26 and those 416 puts are sat at 274. So it was an easy 100% profit from trigger to target, and with this daily gap fill that's shaded in yellow. And that's basically how you can play. We had no bias going into this week on SPY. So if SPY would have broke our uptrend, we would have reassessed it and had a look of some call plays to the upside. But the fact that we rejected this weekly trend line and we broke last week's low, I was looking at this even at the gap down just to complete and keep falling down. Okay, so that was the play today, the 416 puts for myself. And if we take a look at the weekly email list, which if you're a member of the room, you get this every Sunday of plays to look coming into this week. And for many factors I won't go over in this video, they were all put plays. I was only looking for puts coming into Monday. So that was the idea behind the trade. We took it at the break of 416.72 and we was looking for the gap fill down on the daily, which is this shaded yellow area back to that 412.75 area, which we've hit a low today of 413.10. So if you was already in here at the trigger, you'd have already made 100% on your money, and there's no reason to stay in just to see if we're at 412.75, because not only are these areas where they could go, it doesn't guarantee they get there. All you were looking to do as a day trader is to make money the same way as when these lists are putting out. Everyone who received these emails, who've signed up for these emails, know that we don't try and play every trade on this email. All we are looking to do is, per the size of your account, per your style of trading, there's a choice here that you could watch from your watch list, from tickers that you are comfortable in playing, and then if these trigger, you can take a position. And the beauty of these lists are, if they don't trigger, you don't take a loss because you're not in the trade. So that's what's so good about these lists. And these lists are designed if you're a scalper, a day trader, or whether you're a swing trader. So they cater for everyone. And like I said, if the trade don't trigger, you're not in the trade and you're not taking a loss. So just a quick brief follow-up from my previous video, how SPY did work out, what we took on the trade, what we played, and if it was successful. In this case, it was, and it returned over 100% profit. So let's take a look at another one off the list. So just to show you guys the list again. So let's take a look at CVNA. So CVNA, if you like trading this ticker and you're familiar with the ticker, this is the daily. Once we broke out 40-50 area, I like to have a downside down to 34.63. And bear in mind, guys, the market is still going at the time of recording this video, okay? So we opened below the entry point where I like this. But if we go down to the 15-minute, you can see on the daily where, you know, it opened below, it pushed back up and then rejected. So if you take a look at the 50-minute time frame, you can see here where we opened up and then we came back down. Let's see if it's cleaner on the 5. So we tried to push up. This was the initial entry point, and then we came back down. So when we came back down, guys, this was good for puts all day. And if you look at the daily, it came down another 4 points. And these premiums, if you would have got in the 40 puts, they would have gone 100%. These 40 puts actually did 100% on the premium also. So there was 2 plays there alone off the list that you could have made money on. Trust in the setup, trust in the trend of the market. This is the TradyTix platform. This is showing the market net flow, which is a great tool. I've gone over it in a few videos. If anyone got any questions about this tool or how I use the tool, feel free to drop any comments, and you know, I'll answer your questions or even do a video on it. But there's plenty of information how to use this market net flow. We were showing the market was bearish all day. So when we're looking at these put plays and we take a position in these put plays, and when they trigger, we got confidence that these plays are going to work out. So there was a variety of plays you could have played today. The idea then to get in every trade, the idea is to have a choice, and that choice leads to the size of your account, your risk factor, your risk tolerance, and what sort of trader you are. So that's just 2 trades that work great today, guys, off the list. I hope you all made money today. Any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll pin the video, the previous video, at the end of this if you haven't seen already. But go back and take a look, guys. It's just a snapshot of what I look for when I'm looking for these setups and looking for these trades, why I take these trades, and you know why I believe these trades can be profitable on the day.